if you're like most artists, you probably have shelves with tins and bottles of old paint. Well, paint is never really too old to use, but sometimes you're getting down to the bottom of the tube or the bottle or the can and you just want to use it up. Well, there's another way of looking at this. Maybe you're having one of those days when, you just don't care about the structure, about the color. All you want to do is just get a big fat old brush, like the one I'm using here, and just dip it in some paint and just start applying it to a surface. Now, the surface I've got here is a heavy piece of watercolor paper. If you want to be technical about it, it's cold press. It's 90 pounds, so it's pretty thick. I like the thick watercolor paper because it doesn't ripple or get all bent out of shape. You know what I'm saying? When you apply paint to it, water to the surface, it stays flat. Whereas when I used to use the thinner stock, 120 pound or whatever, it would be, it would just ripple like crazy. And when you try to frame that or put matte on it, it just doesn't look good. Anyway, spend the extra money. Get the thicker stuff. Well, so this is acrylic and it goes really nice on watercolor paper, of course, the water-based paint. And I've just got some paint around, and I don't really feel like conforming to structure and, lakes and trees and rivers and all those things that I normally do. So today I'm just going to get my big fat old brush and just pour out whatever paint I've got and start applying it to the surface of this paper. Now, you notice I've got masking tape around the perimeter. It's not just to hold it down to the board. Of course, it does that too, but it's also so that, you'll see in the end, it does something really kind of cool. You'll want to hang around for that. So for now, look, I've got some purple, and I'm going to use it, and I just used up some turquoise, as you can see, and none of it really kind of makes any sense at this point. I'm sure all the purist artists out there, their jaws are on the floor, and they're all ready to hit that thumbs down button. Because clearly this guy hasn't got a clue what he's doing with color, but hang in there. I mean, the truth of the matter is, as I stated from the outset, I'm just using up paint, and I'm really just kind of in this mood today where I just want to throw it at the canvas or the paper or whatever the surface is. It might end up on the floor too, for all I know. But I just get the big brush and just start applying color. And the beautiful thing about abstract that I love, after years and years of painting in landscape, which I also love passionately, of course. It's my first love. Well, it's really, abstract is really about the art, and it's really about the expression, and it's really about just kind of working a surface until it starts to become something that the artist is pleased to look at. Well, we all know that it's not just about that, but if you're like most artists, you also want to be pleasing for everyone else to look at too. After all, let's be honest, we're painting for ourselves, but we do like a little bit of appreciation now and then. Okay, a lot of appreciation, I admit it. We love knowing that people dig what we do. So, for that reason, we work it and we keep trying to make it better and better. Now, this painting happened over the course of a number of hours. I had to let each of the layers dry in between, so beautiful thing about, video is that we can edit and cut it down to 11 minutes. Isn't that great? But when you do something like this, don't give yourself a tight timeline. Just kind of cut loose. Just use whatever colors you happen to feel like working with at the moment. And when you come back to it, use whatever colors you feel like using then. Over time, you're going to find that the painting evolves. And you cancel out some colors and you add some others. And you keep going back to it and thinking, oh, this I like and that I don't like. Or this I hate. And, well, that over there is not bad. It can stay. But this is, again, the beauty of art in its purest form. And for me, abstract is art in one of its purest forms. Is the ability for anyone to come along, whether you have any art experience whatsoever or not. Who cares? There's really no rules at this point. It's really all about just enjoying yourself. Like, what if you're one of those people like I used to be many years ago, working at the bank in an office 30 floors above the ground, staring at my computer in my little cubicle all day, every day. And don't get me wrong, I loved working at the bank. It was a lot of fun. I worked in the banking district of Toronto, and wow, that was where the buzz happened every day. The movers and the shakers were down there. But the artist in me had another idea in mind, and I got to leave the bank and I got to pursue this crazy life, full-time art. I want to say, be careful what you wish for. It might come true, and it came true for me, but I digress. Let's get back to the painting here. I finally have reached some colors that I kind of dig. I like those sort of pastel backgrounds, the mauves, the orange, the peach. I don't usually use those colors in my landscape paintings, so I get to really kind of cut loose here and just, well, who cares kind of an attitude. And that's great. I love doing that. So I'm just going to take a little bit of stronger pink here and drop in some oval shapes with that big fat brush still, and then a lighter shade of the same color. Just add some white to it. Well, it's starting to look like something here. I think it's starting to look like, I don't know, maybe tulips. Could it be? Yeah, tulips. That's great. I'm feeling good about this already. So, you do the darker shade and then you come back with a slightly tinted lighter shade. Just add a little white and just paint over top a little bit. Same big fat brush. And just gently kind of create some zones of focus. Not really focused, just a little bit focused. And then I take my tiny little brush and some black. Just a little bit of black. Just a hint. I just really want to drive home the fact that, yeah, these are tulips, and I completely caved in. This is a garden, and well, what I actually did was I really just gave in to what the painting was telling me it wanted to be. I really just surrendered myself to what the colors were asking for, and what the composition was suggesting it wanted to do. And then this garden started to unfold. And every color that I applied up until this point, while it may not have made sense at the time that it was applied, but you can see through the layers. If you could see this painting in person, hold it in your hand and look at it up close, you could see all of those subcolors are coming through in various parts of the paper surface. And, well, that just feels great, because after all, it's an abstract, and it's a tulip garden, and it's my little tulip garden. And I'm going to sign my name here, McAfee. That's MCAFFEE. like to say that I'm one F too many to be a part of the McAfee antivirus fortune. My misfortune. Sorry, Dad. Two F's, two E's. Anyway, let's peel that tape off and find out about the magic. This is the cool part. I love this. Peeling that off, and you get a little bit of a border. Well, a nice sharp, crisp border around the edge of your new little abstract here. And that just kind of makes it all tidy and clean, and well, maybe you can sell this. Wouldn't that be something to sell your art? I want to thank you for dropping in to The Robert Painter on YouTube, and if you will, please don't forget to like and subscribe.